In my case, what I teach in the college is completely different from GATE syllabus. The subjects are also different. Like I teach C programming, microcontrollers, embedded systems, which is not actually in GATE syllabus. So in my case, complete different preparation is needed for GATE. So I thought that I would take at least 1 year because I am doing it with along with my job. As I was going with my job, I needed a more time. So I started from end February in 2020. There were many days that when I couldn't even do invest a single hour in my preparation because of several commitment in my job.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Prefusion. So today we have Raja Majhi with us. He is a senior of our college and he has secured GATE AIR 1 from EC branch in GATE 2024. Yeah, Raja, please introduce yourself to our viewers.
So, as everybody knows, that my name is Raja Majhi, and I got AIR 1 in 2024, a GATE EC paper. Earlier, I also attempted GATE in 2016 and 2020. So, when I was in my final year, I gave GATE for the first time, that is in 2016, and I got AIR 7 at that time. And with the help of that rank, I got into Indian Oil Corporation Limited. So I worked there for almost 5 years, more than 5 years actually. So I then resigned in 2021 December because I had at that moment two job offers, one from ISRO, the scientist post, and the other job offer from West Bengal state government in a polytechnic college as a lecturer. So I preferred not to join ISRO because of several reasons. First of all, that the location that I got was in, I think, Mahendragiri, which is in Tamil Nadu, and also very remote from Chennai also. I preferred not to join ISRO, and then I decided to join here in West Bengal government. So now I'm working as a lecturer in a government polytechnic.
Okay, may I know which college is it? Because I am also from I have done my diploma, then I have studied from Jadavpur University. Which college is it? I'm really
Okay.
interested.
I actually am working in KG Engineering Institute,
Okay,
Bishnupur,
okay,
Bankura district.
okay. That college. It is near your home, is it? Or
Not near my home. Actually, it is 80 kilometers from my home, but I can do the travel in week or in 2 weeks time, which would not be possible in case I joined ISRO, because the remote location is so remote that I think it would take almost 3 days to reach my home.
yeah, that is true. So
Yes.
after you selected this post as a lecturer, so then what happened? Then suddenly what happened that again you thought that I need to prepare for GATE again. So what triggered in your mind?
Always there was a trigger point that I joined as a B.tech. When you join as a B.tech in a lecturer job, the problem is that you get less salary. The scale is also lower. And also the promotion policy for B.tech, it takes more years to get promoted to the next scale. That was the main motive to go for higher studies. I may go for M.tech, or also I may consider going for direct PhD, because PhD is the ultimate goal at this time. So I will think about it.
Okay. So, you were into studies anyways, like after going into the lecturer post. So, how difficult was it to prepare for GATE? Because the polytechnic teaching is a bit difficult. I think it's on the lower side, and GATE level knowledge is on the higher side. So, what was it easier for you to cope up with everything, or like you had to again start from scratch?
In my case, what I teach in the college is completely different from GATE syllabus. The subjects are also different. Like I teach C programming, microcontrollers, embedded systems, which is not actually in GATE syllabus. In my case, complete different preparation is needed for GATE. So I thought that I would take at least 1 year because I am doing it with along with my job. Otherwise, if one is going for full time preparation, they may crack it in 6 months or 7 months. But as I was going with my job, I needed a more time. So I started from February, end February. in 2023, and then I continued my preparation. There were many days that when I couldn't do even do invest a single hour in my preparation because of several commitment in my job. So I considered those things previously, so I started preparing early. That's what helped actually. Otherwise, it would have been very much hectic if I started late.
Yeah, like many students will be inspired from this. They also like ask me generally that, sir, should I leave my job or should I continue with preparation with my job? So they can learn from this how he managed his time and how you prepared like along with job. So can you tell us like how you manage your time? So you had to do your jobs also, and for a lecturer job you have to like before going to the class, right, you have to prepare how you want to teach a particular thing. So that also takes time, and then again you have to like study your subjects also. So can you tell us how you manage your time? Like you I think you have planned your 1 year. So this month I will do this, then next up until this month I will do this, like study concept, then revision, then test series. Like can you tell us a bit about that?
So my plan was always to complete this, at least watch some lectures, to complete the lectures within September. My That was my initial plan, that within September I have to complete, and then I start for the revision and test series. That was the main plan. Whatever happens, I will complete it by September, at most October, before Durga Puja. That was the main plan. Because during the Durga Puja there is a long holiday here in West Bengal, and then I can consider that time for revision and mock tests. That was the initial plan, and there was also very difficulties in executing that plan because of my job. And but I managed. I mean, in the morning there was 3 hours of time for me, like six from 6:30 to 9:30, and then in the evening from 6:30 to 10:30, 4 hours or 5 hours time in that slot also. But the problem is that, again, as you told, that there are subjects which I have to teach, that labs I have to conduct, and the experiments I would have to do beforehand, because otherwise, that is difficult for to execute in during the lab. So those are the things that I always did, and after that, the remaining time was devoted for gate preparation. So I think at most 5 hours or 6 hours a day I devoted.
So didn't you feel tired? Like you have to travel. I think you told that you have to travel sometimes from your home to college. So don't you feel tired that, oh, I'm feeling tired today, let's skip today, okay? Or like sometimes our mind also gets tired, right? I also feel tired coming back from office, even though my office is like very near to me. So something like that happened in your preparation journey.
Actually, I do not travel. I stay here in Vishnupur, Bankura district. My home is actually 80 kilometer away from here, but I stay in a rented home. And I travel only in the weekends, or once or twice a week. That's how I travel.
Okay, yeah, that's a good thing. Like many students also can also take tips from this, that they can like take a place near their office or their college or whatever, so that the time that is being lost in traveling, that
Yes,
can be saved. That is also very important, right?
Y-
Also, we feel tired when
yes,
we
yes,
travel, so that also takes a
yes,
toll in our mental health, also mentally, physically, both of these.
yes, yes,
So,
yes, yes.
okay, so we learned a lot. So, basically, then like you all have already got a gate rank beforehand also. So this time, right, when you are studying the subjects, were you absolutely studying from scratch and also like creating the notes and all those things, or you were just like studying very fast? Okay, very fast manner. What were your strategy in this, like during this time?
Uh, Yes, my strategy was to prepare the notes from the scratch again. But while preparing the notes, I used to see those lectures at 2x speed. In order to save the time. Because I knew most of the concepts from earlier GATE attempts. This time I only had to revise, but I wanted to make a fresh note because the previous notes were a little bit jumbled and I couldn't find the things. That's why I tried to make my own notes once again from the scratch. But I watched those videos at 2x speed. That's what I did.
So, what is your suggestion, like to a new student, if he wants to start from scratch? Should he prepare his note, or nowadays many coachings they provide notes also? So, or should they just download those notes and that's it? They just watch the lecture and download those notes. What is your suggestion to them?
I think you should make your own notes. If you download those notes, then if you think that you would read at a later stage, it will never happen. It will never happen. Also, it is very difficult to understand in others' writing or in others' language. When you write in your own language, it is very easy to understand those things also. So, according to me, make your own notes.
Okay, so yeah, that is so like that is what I also suggest to students as well. So like, did you make any short notes or you just revise your full notes only?
Actually, I made some short notes for some subjects like communication systems and electromagnetics theory. Those subjects were appeared to be more difficult for me. In those subjects, I made short notes. But in the other subjects which are relatively easier, I would say, like network theory and analog and digital, I didn't make any short notes. What I think that in analog, digital, and network theory, the most of the things is problem oriented. If you can solve the problem, you are very good and crystal clear with your concepts. There are less formulas also. So in analog circuits, there are little bit of formulas in oscillator chapter or in amplifier chapter. So I used to highlight those formulas in the main notes, but never made short notes for those subjects. But in communication systems, if you come, there are several formulas and derivations also. I used to keep the formulas in a separate copy and try to revise. And while revising the formulas, I always tried to remember the derivation behind it, because according to me, in GATE exam, if you just mug up those formulas, you do not know the background behind it. You are not going to able to apply the formula even. So the more difficult subjects, I used to have short notes for them.
So basically, like the things that you have to remember more, memorize more, those subjects you have to keep your short notes, because that will, like, you will go through over and over again, so that that comes into your
Yes,
mind. But which are more conceptual, you can just like solve problems or directly go through the full note. Sometimes that will help.
yes,
Okay, so
yes, yes.
like as you are going through the topic itself, so which subjects did you find most difficult during your preparation? Which subjects did GATE AIR one find most difficult in his journey?
I think communication system and EDC are the most difficult. Also, EMFT is a difficult subject, but the thing is that in GATE they ask only formula based questions in EMFT. That's why the subject becomes easy for answering purpose, but it is much more difficult in conceptual manner. But these three subjects, communication systems, EDC, and EMFT, are the most difficult according to.
Okay, okay. So many students also say the same three subjects only, that these year difficult. But analog this year also like came a bit on the tougher side. So they also tell like that is also difficult. So like during your whole like this preparation journey, what is the most challenging thing that you encountered? Like, is there anything that challenged you, or you, some like at some day you lost hope or something? Is that happened with you?
Actually, during the mock tests, I purchased two or three mock tests of reputed coaching institute, and in those mock tests, I tried to solve those topic wise and then subject wise and then full length. What happens in topic wise and subject wise tests, most of the candidates get very good marks. I have observed that thing. Most of them get at the 80%, 90%, or 100% even. So in that test, I also didn't feel much problem. But while going for the full length test, in some of those coaching institutes full length test, they what they do is that they give some questions which are very lengthy, and they put it in 1 mark question. So there are 25 technical questions to be solved in 1 mark, and if you put those 2 mark questions in 1 mark, then what happens is takes lot of time. And I have faced this in a particular institute's mock test, that those questions are very lengthy and they are appearing in 1 mark. And what happens is that you take too much time for those 1 marks, and then you get screwed in those 2 marks questions. So uh, at some point of my preparation, I got really low marks in those tests, like 60, 61, 62. Otherwise, I was getting above 80 most of the time. So sudden drop from 80 to 60 completely hit my confidence level. So I thought that either my preparation is not going in that direction, or the test so is little bit lengthy. it was not difficult. Actually, the problems that appeared is based on the POIQs only. But the problem is that they were asking some MSQs, which we have to calculate four things in four options to verify whether the option is correct or not. And they are putting it in 1 mark question. So four completely different things are being asked. If I can give an example, in a question they were asking for phase margin, gain margin, omega GC and omega PC. Everything was being asked in a single question, and that was also very difficult type of expression. You have to calculate all those things. So these kind of questions will blow your confidence. I think if these kind of questions appear and if you score very less, you don't need to worry. You just give those relevant mock tests that are available in the market. You will understand that, and then you continue your preparation.
Yeah, that is a very good tip, because like many students also get demotivated. Many students message me during the time of December or like November that their marks were not great. They were asking, will this be the final marks of my gate exam? Okay, there are many factors to it. Okay, we don't have any answer, but as you said, right, he explained everything very in a precise manner, so you can take his words. So during those times, right, how you kept yourself motivated, like during this whole preparation journey, how you kept yourself motivated for like, no, I will get this rank, or did you have this back of mind that yes, I will get AIR 1, or you were just giving your best? What was mind throughout this journey?
So when I started giving full length tests for the first time, I saw that in those tests you get your rank. So I saw that I am getting AIR one almost in almost all the tests. So that at that time I thought that I can get AIR one. I also searched in Google that how much relevant is this are these ranks in mock tests. So I also studied a lot of articles regarding that. Is this actually reflection of my gate performance or not? So later I saw that during the exam also the questions were very much similar to those mock tests. So and I performed as I was performing in the mock test, but in the exam time, what I felt that it is little bit different from mock test, because in exam you feel a lot of pressure. I felt a lot of pressure during the first half an hour or 45 minutes, and if you can overcome that pressure, then it will become a lot easier. So that was an expectation that I will get a good rank because I was performing very well in the mock test.
Yeah, that is thing. Like, exam pressure is just a bit higher side, but generally your performance will reflect over there. If you don't panic in the exam hall, that is the main thing. You should not panic. This year also, many students may have panicked because paper was on the difficult side. So like, how you used to prepare a subjects? You first study the concepts, then do you solve the DPPs of that particular chapter? Then do you attempt the subject wise test series, or you attempt the topic and subject wise test series at the later stage, as you said in the Durga Puja, or you attempt those while preparing the subject itself? What was your strategy for preparing a particular subject?
Yes, I followed that. I would solve the DPPs and PYQs along with the lectures, but I would not go for the mock test. I will go for the mock test at a later stage after revising. So I followed that strategy. After revising for at least 1 time or 2 times, then I went for the mock test.
So how you used to revise? Was it going through the full notes or short notes again? Was it?
Yeah, I was going for the short notes only because full length it will take much more longer time. So I used to go through the short notes, and also in case I did not make short notes of some subjects, I used to go for the highlighted points only, and then appear for the mock test.
Okay. So can you tell us a bit about your exam day experience? Look, did you appear only in EC or you appeared in other branches also?
Only easy,
Only
only
EC.
easy.
So what was your exam day experience like? Like many students felt like the paper was very difficult. What happened to you? How you attempted the paper? All those things.
I actually on that exam day I arrived almost half an hour before the start of the exam, and it is in my hometown also in Bardhaman. So I reached there, and then when the exam started, when the aptitude questions appeared one by one, so I felt a little bit nervous at the start of the exam. That I remember that question in which the four chalks were there, and you have to roll a paper and find the surface area of the paper in aptitude question. I stuck in that question, but I said to myself that I will keep it aside. I'll come back to it if time permits. And I stuck it. I stuck in it for 2 or 3 minutes. Then I decided not to overdo with it. So I skipped that question. But when I came back at a later stage, then I could solve it. So that happens. And I also used to follow this strategy during the mock test, that when I used to get stuck in a question, I used to come back later. But I don't know what happens during the exam. Every strategy appears to be failing, uh, because of the pressure, maybe because of something else. I don't know. I strategize a lot of things, but during the exam, everything happened to be messed up during the first 45 minutes. So a lot of questions, like in the 1 mark. In my case, what happened, that 1 mark questions, first 2 or 3 1 mark questions came in a little bit of lengthier, because those questions in the analog circuits, the equivalent capacitance questions, and that is closed loop gain A by 1 plus A beta. That question was very easy, but if you only if you can crack that concept, then only it is easy. So those 2 or 3 questions came at first. So I took a lot of time in this, and I became nervous that I am taking so much time. How can I complete the paper? But later on, the some questions, easier questions came, like that entropy question was very easy. Some of the questions came, and I saved time in those, and that journey became much more easier. So you don't need to panic. Actually, I panicked during the exam, but you don't need to panic. If you get stuck in the question, please keep it aside and go for the next question. That you have to do. Otherwise, you will mess up.
Yeah, you said like most of your strategy didn't work. I think most of your strategies work. That's why you got Get AR one. So that is also another thing.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, you can say any last words to our viewers, whatever you want to suggest. Okay, you can say those words.
So I think that preparation you have to do it thoroughly, because you cannot skip any topic. Like, even I didn't skip the computer organization part. I also covered the computer organization part. So you cannot skip. You do not know which portion will carry more weightage or which portion will carry less weightage. But you can always get the idea that some subjects carry more weightage, like communication systems. Those subjects you have to prepare very, very thoroughly. So this is the strategy, that even if you are appearing with your final year studies or with a job, you have to dedicate some 4 or 5 hours a day throughout the year, like entire third year, fourth year, you have to dedicate. So in that case, you will complete all the syllabus. You get to solve all those PYQs. That is the basic thing. Complete the syllabus from the lectures or from books, whatever your resources is, and you go for the PYQs. So that is the basic thing. Two things that is needed. Then go for mock tests. I think even if you do not do DPPs or workbooks, in my case, most of the chapters I could not complete DPPs and workbooks. I will not be lying. I could not complete DPPs and workbooks, but I completed PYQs 2 times, and also mock tests. I gave 120 to 130 mock tests. I gave total, means subject wise, topic wise, and full length. So that is the main thing. That three things you have to do: build the concepts, go for the PYQs at least 2 times, and then go for the mock test.
Yeah, like you should not run for too many resources, right? First focus on the
Yes, yes.
particular things, then you finish those, then you go to those. Like many students ask me, should I study this also? Should I practice this also? Should I practice that also? But first finish your PYQs. Okay, that is most important. Then you go to the other resources. So yeah, Rajada, thank you for coming to our channel. Like when I got to know that you are our college senior, I was just amazed. And then like got your contact, and then I just somehow like contacted you. Thank you. I asked you to come to our channel. You came to our channel just in like
Yes, yes.
one say. So thank you, bhaiya.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.